yourself. You need to look after yourself. You're not a spring chicken anymore, you know. That's right. You can't go crazy on it every single night. No. Listen, I'm going to listen to your heartbeat, okay? I'm going to check that you're A-OK. Give me 2 seconds. Now, this stethoscope, it might feel a little bit cold, okay? It might feel a little bit cold, but just stay still there. You know what? I'm actually very impressed with that heartbeat. That is a strong and rhythmic heartbeat if I ever heard one. Yes. Let me just look into your eyes as well with a light, okay? Now, tell me if this is uncomfortable or hurts or makes you feel, dazed and confused. I am going to be shining the light in and out of your eyes quite closely, and it's going to be very bright indeed. Very bright indeed. But it is absolutely necessary. Absolutely necessito. You know what I'm saying? I'm checking to make sure that your pupils are reacting to the light in the correct manner and at the correct speed as well. Because after you've passed out, there's a possibility that things might not be working correctly, That's basically what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to ascertain whether or not things are working correctly, okay? Just hang in there, you're doing very, very well indeed. You're doing very, very well indeed. Excellent job. Excellent job. Your pupils look pretty good to me upon initial inspection. Very good, honestly, considering you were just passed out. You were only passed out for a short period of time, nothing too crazy. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to give you a little bit of glucose, a special glucose solution, try and get your blood sugar levels a bit more stabilized. I think that might be the issue here, okay? Just give me 1 second. Okay, if you could stick your tongue out for me, please. I'll put a couple of little droplets of this special glucose solution on your tongue, okay? There we go, you can swallow that now, okay? Obviously, that's a very small amount, but the glucose solution, it's actually very, very potent, and most important of all, it is very fast absorbing. That's going to be entering your bloodstream post haste. Now, that alone is not going to cut it. Okay, that alone is not going to cut it. I'm going to have to spoon feed you some food. So slow and steady the absorption rate of the food that you consume. Yes, indeed. Yes, yes, indeed. Now, as you can see, I've got this lovely little sterile plastic spoon. Yes, indeed. Just for you, just for you. The sterile plastic spoon. What do you mean? Why am I poking your face? Well, I'm testing your reflexes, of course. Of course, that's what I'm doing, testing your reflexes. This is very scientifical, very medical, don't you know? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This is actually one of the more advanced medical techniques. They don't teach you this in medical school. No. No. You learn this from the school of life, from the streets. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, you look more than ready for your meal now. Okay, so let's just get a little bit here. Open up wide. Here comes the choo-choo train. Here comes the choo-choo train. There we go. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? That's a delicious little meal that's been prepared in the club microwave. Aren't you lucky? You lucky little puppy. Have another bite, go on. Have another bite. Now, this should help you to feel much, much better. Keep eating, keep eating. I think you will need quite a few spoonfuls in order to stabilize your blood sugar levels. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I think you've been neglecting yourself, haven't you, my friend? Yes, you have. Yes, you have, haven't you? You naughty little puppy. Naughty little puppy. You can't just party all the time, 24/7, you know. You simply cannot do it. Perhaps you can get away with it, you know, when you're 18 or something like that. I remember, I used to go out partying like 5 nights a week, I would say, was the average. I did that for years, absolutely years, going out drinking until 3 a.m. 3 a.m., can you believe it? And then going back to my little dorm and sleeping for like 3 hours possibly, and then getting up and going to either work or to lectures in university. And somehow I was able to function. I was still able to function despite only having a few hours sleep and despite being horrifically hungover and having God knows how much alcohol in my system. But that is what it is, you know, when you're young, when your body is working in tip-top condition. You know, obviously though, as we get older, we can't be abusing ourselves like that anymore, can we? No. We can still party, but come on now, 5 nights a week, that's excessive. That is an excessive amount of partying. Honestly, even when you're young, I think that is an excessive amount of partying. But for me, it was one of those things that I simply had to get it out of my system. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, I pretty much don't go partying at all because I find it boring. You know, I've been there, done that. There's other things I would much rather be doing now than partying. You obviously haven't gone through that phase yet, have you? You haven't gotten it out of your system. That's why you're here in the club, partying exactly on beer, is it? You think beer is a nutritionally whole drink or food or whatever? No. Don't be so silly, don't be so silly. Well, I can see you're already starting to feel a little bit better, aren't you? If you're being cheeky like that to me, you're being cheeky again, aren't you? Back to your usual cheeky self. That's actually a good sign. That is actually a good sign indeed. You know what? You be your cheeky little self. That's okay. That's okay. But keep eating though, okay? Keep eating. I want you to finish this whole meal, okay? I want you to finish the whole meal. And this will make you feel much better, I'm certain. Then I will feel comfortable letting you go, letting you carry on about your day. You'd better not go straight back to partying though, okay? I want you to go home and have a nice proper sleep. You will feel so much better then. You're going to feel as fresh as a daisy in the morning. Oh yes indeed, fresh as a daisy, my friend. That feeling of having a gigantic sleep after absolutely wrecking your body with some activity. There is nothing better than that sleep. Sometimes it's 10, 11, 12 hours of sleep, when you've really exhausted yourself. In your case, it's partying too hard, but in my case, it's usually working, I have to work these shifts here in the club as the club doctor. That's what I'm talking about, of course. But sometimes I have to work some very late and some very long shifts indeed. And I have to deal with some absolute rapscallions, some absolute reprobates. Not talking about you, of course. Oh, no. You're a sweet little thing. You're an angel, really. Even though sometimes you're a little bit cheeky, or sometimes you're a little bit silly, partying too hard, getting up to just a little bit of mischief. That's okay. What I'm talking about is the genuinely rude and disrespectful people, and the people that act unusual, very, very unusual. The other day I had to go and deliver something to somebody in the club, and I was immediately met with hostility, and I don't understand it. I didn't understand it at all. I assumed that they just had a bad day, and they were taking it out on me personally. I don't get it honestly. When I have a bad day, I don't take it out on other people. No, because I have a little bit of self-control. And also I don't want to make the other person feel bad. But I suppose some people out there, they simply have no compassion or empathy. They're just selfish, aren't they? Selfish little creatures. No good at all. You know what I want to do to such people, to such selfish little creatures? I want to give them a little bonk on the head. That's right, bonk on the head. Just like that. Bonk, bonk, bonk. 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 That's what I want to do. Much harder though. I wouldn't bonk you on the head like that. No. Oh, of course not. That was just an example. Obviously, I don't actually bonk them on the head though. No. I just ignore their bad attitude basically and wait until they get their sorry ass out of my life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's all you can do. Sometimes that is all you can do. You've just got to wait for these selfish, rude little people to leave your life. Go on. Go away, you selfish, rude little creature. And carry on with your selfish, rude little life. Sometimes I wonder what it is like to be them. Are they that way 24/7? Are they just a grisly, grumpy little creature 24/7? And all always spread negativity. I can't imagine such a life. I can't imagine being such a creature. How could they live with themselves? Perhaps that's extreme, but surely they're unhappy with themselves. And if they are unhappy with themselves, why don't they simply change their behavior? I don't understand. Listen, I'm a medical professional, yes, but I'm not a psychologist. You know what I'm saying? A psychologist. No. The human brain and how it works. It is a mystery to me. A great mystery indeed. How are you feeling now, my friend? You look a little bit better. You do. You've got a little bit of color to your cheeks. Those cute, kind of chubby little cheeks, if I dare say so myself. They're a little bit chubby. They're a little bit cute. And now they're looking rosy too. You've got the color coming back to your cheeks. That's a good sign. That is a good sign indeed, my friend. I do believe that you're actually very healthy. Very healthy indeed. Are you enjoying your microwave meal? Oh yes, you know this microwave meal. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. And you just know that it is packed full of sodium, baby. I love me some excessive sodium. Not the best, not the best. Maybe don't eat excessive sodium every single day of your life. But come on, every now and then it's okay, isn't it? Yes, every now and then it is okay. Oh, you know what, my friend? Recently, for the first time ever, I got a smartphone. Yes, I know what you're thinking. You haven't got a smartphone until now. Until 2026. What? Are you crazy? You're crazy. You must be the last person on earth to have gotten a smartphone. And yes, I probably am. The last person on earth. I was avoiding it intentionally all this time, because I thought that's probably just going to stress me out. A smartphone stress me out. And you know what? I was absolutely correct. The smartphone, all it does is ping every 5 minutes with notifications. God knows what, God knows if they're important or not. Most of the time not, of course. Most of the time it's work-related pinging me with their incessant poor communication. But yes, most of the time now I just turn my notifications off. I turn it off, so it's actually harder to contact me now that I have a smartphone than before when I didn't have one. Isn't that a peculiar oxymoron? Is that what that is? An oxymoron? I'm not entirely sure I remember what an oxymoron is. I might be an oxymoron. Maybe. It's funny, with the smartphone, we have group chats in work, and all the people in work, they're constantly typing things, constantly leaving messages in the group chat. And, well, I must say, where I work, most people, they don't speak English. English is like their second language, so maybe that is why. But the communication is absolutely shocking and appalling in the group chat. It doesn't make any sense. I'm reading the messages and I'm like, what the heck? Why can't these people convey simple information? But maybe it is like I said, maybe it's because English is their second language. So, but it is a phone though, you know what I'm saying? Can't you just translate from your language into English? I don't know what it's like, do I? No, because I just speak my native language, and it's easy for me, isn't it? It's easy for me. Maybe I don't understand the struggles of somebody who doesn't speak English, trying to speak English and communicate in it. It's difficult for them, no doubt. No doubt it must be a challenge. But it's just funny. It's just funny how bad everybody seems to be at communication, basic communication. Not that I'm much better, but come on. It is obvious to me how all these companies and all these businesses nowadays, they offer such poor service, including where I work. They offer terrible service. And I think it's mostly comes down to communication, bad communication. People not understanding what the hell is going on and not passing on information very well, Oh well, it is what it is, my friend, it is what it is. We can only do our best, can't we? You know what I'm saying? In this crazy little world, let's just all do our best, and maybe we could practice a little bit of patience with one another as well, a little bit of empathy and understanding and patience, I think that is the best approach to life. Don't you, my friend? Don't you? Yes, I think so. Well, I must say, my friend, you look so much better now than when I first found you. Are you feeling better? Oh, that is wonderful news. Wonderful news indeed. You feel much better now. Do you think you're ready to go home? No, you can't stay in the club. No. Naughty. No staying in the club and partying. You must go home at once. I simply demand it. I demand that you go home and you get into bed and you have a lovely little sleep, okay? Okay. Good. I'm glad that we're at an agreement there. Well, my friend, I hope you enjoyed your little microwave meal. You're looking much better now, as I said. And take care out there. Try not to party too hard in the future, you little party animal. And remember to take care of yourself.